A coworker of mine asked me for some fruit salad tips. And when I asked him, what do you mean fruit salad tips? He said, tips to make it good. And so I thought fruit salad was a really basic thing, but then when I started thinking about it, I realized there are a few sort of basic rules that will make one fruit salad a lot better than another fruit salad. So I'm just going to make some fruit salad today and talk about it today and give you one of my secret little tricks for what I think makes a fruit salad even better. I kind of have a rule when I make a fruit salad that it should have at least 4 kinds of fruit in it, otherwise I don't really think it's a salad. 3 fruits, it's okay if you got really good fruit, but I think a 4th fruit, that there's just that right combination, that melange of fruit that really makes it delicious. And I also think, you know, if you're going to put 10 fruits in, that might be too much clutter, despite how delicious everything is. And so I recommend maybe 4 to 6 types of fruit in a fruit salad is, I think, a nice balance. And I happen to like tropical fruits in a fruit salad. I really like pineapple and I like mango and stuff. I think they hold up really well. I think you can make it a couple days in advance and keep it in the fridge and keep eating it, and it holds up really well, and I enjoy that a lot. Certain fruits like bananas, I really don't recommend putting into a fruit salad unless you're going to eat it that day. And even then, I recommend sort of tossing it in at the very end just before you're going to eat it, because bananas get kind of mushy and slimy, and they'll make everything else kind of break down. And so I would hold back on that. And I feel the same way about watermelon too. I feel like it can be really good in a fruit salad if you're going to put it in and eat it that day, that minute. Otherwise, it just starts to break down too, and you just get kind of this soupy, fruity goo at the bottom of the dish, and that's yucky. So today I'm making, I think another basic rule too is using color well. You know, if you have all yellow fruit, it's kind of interesting. It could be visually kind of good, but I think some bright colors that sort of contrast really just make it more visually appealing, which means you also want to eat it more because it looks really good. So today I'm just putting a bunch of chunked up pineapple into a bowl. And you know, fruit salad, it's really basic. Cut up your fruit, toss it together, there you go. So you don't really need a recipe for this or amounts, just whatever you have on hand. I kind of like to cut things up in sort of not very uniform pieces. I don't like everything to be like a perfect square in fruit salad because I think it doesn't really look like fruit then, and it also, I think it's just kind of more visually interesting. It's a very casual dish, so just throw stuff in. I've got 2 kiwis that I've cut up into pieces, and the thing with fruit salad too is you really want to cut things into chunks, because if you slice stuff up really thin, it's going to get really floppy and really break down very quickly. So, you know, with the kiwi, it's not a huge piece, but at least you know if you toss this around with the pineapple a little bit, it's going to hold its shape and look okay. I've got a little bit of mango chunks, and I've got some strawberries that I've quartered. Strawberries also tend to break down in fruit salad if you don't use them really quickly, so, you know, put them in kind of at the end, or I'm planning to eat this right away, so it'll probably hold for like a day or 2, but you really don't want to mess around with it too much, because if they're really ripe, they will start to break down too. Especially with pineapple, the acid in the pineapple starts to make the fruit kind of turn pink and mushy. Not appealing. So you throw fruit together, and my little secret actually for fruit salad is I like to use lime zest in it. I think lime zest, the taste of the lime is really, a lot of it is in the zest. It's not a sour taste, it's just got a lot of essential oils in the skin, and it's really good. And it also adds these little green flecks in there that people go, what is that? And it just kind of brightens all the fruit flavors and makes it really good. And so I use a microplane. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend you getting one. They're cheap and they're great for grating cheese, for zesting lemons and limes. I use it all the time. So I just zest my lime right into my salad. And you don't want to get the white part, so you want to kind of turn your lime a lot and make sure you're just getting that pretty green skin. And the smell of the lime as you zest it is just already, it's kind of making my mouth water a little bit. It's really good. And if you have fruits in there, like bananas, for instance, you're planning on serving this right away, remember, you might want to add in a little bit of lime juice too. It kind of will help some of the fruits keep from turning color, and it also just adds a little tartness to it. It kind of depends too on how ripe your fruit is. If you have really underripe fruit that's a little bit sour, well, I don't know why you're making fruit salad anyway, but you don't really want to make it more sour. But I think just the addition of a little bit of lime juice adds a really nice touch to fruit salad, particularly tropical ones, though really I like it on apples too, so it's fine. And if you want to sweeten it, add a little bit of sugar, go ahead. I'm actually going to add a little bit of blue agave syrup to it today. It's lower on the glycemic index than sugar, and it's just as sweet, and it just adds like a nice sort of, it's almost like adding honey or something. Just adding a little bit, and then I'm going to toss it around. And you can see the colors, beautiful. We've got red, we've got green from the kiwi, and the green I think is actually a really important thing in fruit salad. There aren't a lot of green fruits out there. Kiwi is a great addition. You could also chop up a little bit of mint and toss it in with fruit salad. Mint actually tastes really good with a lot of fruits. So I recommend trying that too. And hopefully, to my coworker, this will be at least a little bit helpful. Fruit salad tips, those are my tips for today, and hopefully they'll be useful to you too.